Hey there everybody, what is up? Police brutality, you hear a lot about it. Most people's stories are pretty horrific, but being the demographic that generally misinterprets situations like this the most, I feel obligated to misunderstand my privilege and tell my police brutality story, being a white, straight American male. Of course I have a story, and it's traumatic. In no way is it underwhelming at all compared to other police brutality stories. No way. There are snack foods at risk in this one. It is horrific. Okay. Just here. Let me get to the story and you can decide for yourself. So, when I was like a 19-year-old college student, I lived in a dorm. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of looked like a hippie. Certainly looked like a hippie. But that should not matter. Appearances, they should not matter. And one day, I came out of my dorm. And I went down to a little store where they sell stuff in my dorm, and I spent $1.25 on a packet of Pop Tarts. And being that I did not have almost any money at all, that packet of Pop Tarts was everything to me. It was everything. Like easily 1/10 of my wealth. So I bought this packet of Pop Tarts, I met up with 2 other friends of mine, and we walked out of the dorms. And outside the dorms, there's a sidewalk that goes left and a sidewalk that goes right. And I started walking down the sidewalk to the left. And there they were. 2 police officers standing by a bench. Now there's like easily 8 or 9 kids all standing around, college kids I might add, all standing around the area. And they weren't bothering them, no. Because they looked like respectable college kids. Me, I had on a multicolored Rasta beanie, probably some sort of hippie-like shirt, torn up jeans, and a backpack. Perfect picture of respect. That's what I think that is. That's a respectable person who likes to wear comfortable clothes. And the people I was with, they had on fairly normal clothes, other than one of my buddies who had on those really frilly goth-looking pants. You know, the ones that have like laces that come off of them and all sorts of crazy stuff. And I start walking down the sidewalk when the 2 police officers stepped in front of me. They suddenly said, "Sir, where are you going?" And I said, "I'm just going out with my friends." He said, "Well, we've had reports that people were smoking marijuana in the general area." So I was standing there like, oh my gosh, marijuana? People are smoking it? Well, I certainly wouldn't know anything about that. I'll be on my way. And he stopped me and said, "Would you be okay if we searched you?" So I proceeded to tell him, "Sir, I literally just walked out of my dorm, like 20 seconds ago. I could not have smoked any marijuana, even if I wanted to, because I've been out here for like 10 or 20 seconds. Obviously, the people you're looking for are elsewhere. Check one of these other fine college students." He then proceeded to tell me that we can bring the dogs over here and search your dorm room if we need to. Now at this point, the only thing I can think as a straight white American male is discrimination. I'm being discriminated against. Probably because I had a Rasta-colored beanie on, but, you know, that's all irrelevant. So I did not want them to search my dorm room. No real reason in particular, I just did not want to. That seems very inconvenient. You know, as a responsible and wise 19-year-old college student, of course there was nothing in my dorm room that shouldn't have been there and would have gotten me in any sort of trouble. Nothing at all. College kids are all known, far and wide, as makers of good decisions and are very responsible with their use of their free time. So I decided to go ahead and say, "Nah, I really don't want you to search my dorm room." And he asked me again if he could then search me. I reluctantly said, "Yeah, you could search me." Looked at my other 2 friends, and they seemed to agree. They started searching my pockets and my bag. And of course, there was nothing in there because I had just been outside for 10 or 20 seconds and brought nothing that I shouldn't have with me. He started to get close to my sweatshirt pocket. I then told him, please don't touch my Pop Tarts. And he got suspicious. I don't know why he got suspicious. Saying don't touch my Pop Tarts should not be a suspicious statement. But it was very suspicious to him. He then went and grabbed my sweatshirt pocket and squeezed a little bit. My Pop Tarts crumbled. He broke my Pop Tarts. The very thing I was trying to avoid from happening, he did after I told him not to do it. I then told him, "You broke my Pop Tarts." And he looked at me with a disrespectful look in his eye. He did not care that he broke my Pop Tarts. I spent the majority of my wealth to buy those Pop Tarts. I was really excited to eat them. And now they're broken. They're broken because I was discriminated against. He profiled me and he broke my Pop Tarts. And now there's probably some pothead off smoking pot because the marijuana users got away. Thanks to me. They should be thanking me on that one. And they should probably buy me more Pop Tarts in all honesty because I lost them for that. He then told me that everything was fine, which then I said, "No, it's not. You broke my Pop Tarts." And he told me I can be on my way. What an absolute jerk. I then told him, "Fine, I'm leaving." And he said, "What, you're gonna go somewhere and try to be alone?" Still thinking that I was one of those marijuana users. He already searched me. Obviously, I'm not the person he's after. Just because I look like a total marijuana user doesn't mean that I use the marijuana. So then I went ahead and went on my way. Pulled out my Pop Tarts, and they're all broken. Just broken Pop Tarts for a broken dream for a broken day. They stood around a little bit longer as I walked away and then walked off. Probably gonna go break some more Pop Tarts. Maybe crumble some cookies of somebody. I really hope the people that were smoking got away because I don't want them to get caught by those jerks. They would probably be big old buttholes to them about it. If they have no trouble crumbling up somebody's Pop Tarts, they'll have no trouble overreacting for a small bit of marijuana. Because honestly, I really don't have an issue with anybody who uses marijuana. It's not that big of a deal. You certainly shouldn't be calling cops in to crumble people's Pop Tarts about it. Leave them alone. Let them just hang out and enjoy their life. And certainly don't hassle me about it. You should definitely not hassle me about it at all. It was a terrible start to my day. I went on my way and I had a fantastic day, but it still was a terrible start to my day. But anyways, that was my police brutality story. It had everything a normal police brutality story has. It had discrimination, it had profiling, it had Pop Tarts being destroyed. It has everything. And yes, I know. Most police brutality stories are a million times more horrific than what I just said. And yes, I'm probably not the demographic that usually gets hassled like that. In fact, I'm probably the very last person who normally gets hassled for this. But if you have a police brutality story, you gotta tell it. You gotta tell it no matter how small, how tiny, and how insignificant it is. You gotta let people know that there is wrongdoing in the police department. That way, it can get fixed. And realistically, police brutality stories are normally terrible and horrible. So in no way am I trying to make light of it at all. There's something that should honestly never, ever happen. And the people who talk about the more horrific police brutality stories have every right to do so, and they should be heard, and something should be done about it. I suppose, all in all, I could survive a $1.25 expense on the police hassling me. I'm still not happy about it, but as far as stories like that go, I suppose it's definitely on the lower end of severity. But it doesn't change the fact that those guys were jerks. And yes, my Pop-Tart still tasted pretty good, even crumbled. But hey, it's the end of the video. I hope you all liked the video. I'll have more coming out soon. You should definitely like this video, and you should definitely subscribe to my channel. You're gonna be happy that you did. And I'll see you awesome lads later with a new video coming out soon.